Well, it's been a while. Well, when I'm not dealing with my own existential dread, I'm actually making videos right here, right now. So, instead, we are going to jump straight into one that I was supposed to do back in February, but I completely forgot to do it along with a bunch of other fucking content. So instead, I'm going to do it now or never. So, we're going to be talking about My Dress Up Darling. But I will only be doing the first season for this video, so if you guys want me to do season 2, feel free to comment down below. So, with those of you who don't know what My Dress Up Darling is, My Dress Up Darling, or Sono Biseko Doru wa Koe no Suru, or The Bisque Doll Falls in Love, is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Shinichi Fukuda, known for Memorio Metallic, Haruhi Comic Anthology, and Shibaraku. It was serialized in Square Enix's seinen manga magazine Young Gungan from January 2018 to March 2025, and the 115 chapters were then collected into 15 volumes as of July 2025. An anime television series adaptation by Cloverworks, known for Darling in the Franxx, Persona 5, Bocce the Rock, Spy Family Season 3, The Promised Neverland, and Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, aired its first season from January to March 2022. A live-action adaptation aired on MBS's Dramarism programming block from October to December 2024, and a second season of the anime was then premiered in July 2025 until around September. By May 2024, the manga had sold more than 11 million copies in its circulation and has generally been well regarded by critics. So, the overall synopsis of My Dress Up Darling: Wakana Gojo is a shy high school student who dreams of becoming a master Hinodol craftsman, and his life is upended when he is discovered by the outgoing and popular girl Marin Kitagawa, who asks him to use his intricate sewing and crafting skills to help make her cosplay costumes. So yeah, this will be major spoilers for the first season. This is probably going to be like one of the shortest videos I've ever actually done. So yeah, without further ado, if you guys do not want to be spoiled on the series, feel free to skip to the timestamp that I will put on screen. If not, feel free to carry on watching and let's get straight into it. So our story begins with our sad boy Wakana Gojo, a complete fucking loner with no friends and no social life, and just stays at home. So it's it sounds pretty fucking relatable if you ask me. We then find out that he helps his grandpa out run a Hina doll store / museum. Gojo then wants to take over his grandfather's business and also become a Hina doll craftsman as his dream. We then see how quiet he is at school, only to end up coming across the popular girl Marin Kitagawa. Turns out that she's a total fucking weeb and a degenerate, my kind of woman. And she also wants our lonely boy to help her make cosplay costumes. With the first being one of our main characters. With the first one she wants being done of a main character from a hentai dating slim / visual novel. Our dude agrees, but then it turns out that Marin can't sew for shit. Honestly, same. The best I can do is barely sew my jeans up when I get a rip in them. So then, on the weekend, Marin comes over to Gojo's and then gets her measurements done. And I swear to Christ, both Cloverworks and Fukuda knew exactly what they were doing when it came to this scene in both the manga and anime. So, after all that, Gojo has a dream about Marin and proceeds to beat his meat over her. Honestly, can't blame him, to be honest. Anyway, he then pulls an all-nighter and actually finishes it. Much to her surprise, but then she feels super bad because of all the effort that he had to put into it. They both go to a cosplay event that's playing nearby, and our boy Gojo is blown away by how Marin looks. Later that day, on the train back, Gojo then slowly starts phasing out, kind of like me when I do literally anything productive. But then he says how beautiful Marin actually was all day. And apparently he doesn't actually use that term very often, which causes Marin to start falling over heels for him. So after a slight mishap, Gojo then almost getting Chris Hansen by a lolly called Shinju, by a lolly called Shinju, who wants to use Gojo's skills to create a cosplay from a Magical Girl anime series, which reminds me a lot of Cardcaptor Sakura from the amount of times I've read this manga and actually watched this season of the anime. He agrees because if he doesn't, she'll do something, I guess. I don't know, I've kind of fell asleep doing it the first time around. And with Marin, I guess with Marion doing this with them, and Shinju's younger sister, who I honestly cannot remember the fucking name of, Gojo then makes Shinju's sister's a crossplay costume for her, because she actually secretly revealed to him in a flashback that she actually wants to do both the photo shooting and actually wants to participate in cosplay itself. Which turns out to be a success, with 3 cosplays all done simultaneously. Marion then wants Gojo to make a cosplay of a fighting game character which she likes, and fulfills the dark-skinned hentai tag whilst we're all at it. Whilst our 2 main idiots are out on a date/non-date, Gojo then confesses that he's not entirely comfortable on finishing the cosplay, as he wouldn't be able to look at Marion the same way, which is way too innocent even for me. Marion then takes this into consideration for our boy after a little bit of teasing, so then they go on into a manga cafe where Marion then suggests that they work on a succubus cosplay from a sketch comedy manga. Gojo then agrees and then decides to take some creative liberties to it, due to the very simplistic designs of the characters. And for a photo shoot, Marion claims that she is booked at somewhere awesome, but it then turns out to be a room in a love hotel, where some pretty saucy shit happens. As summer vacation also nearly comes to an end, Marion then wants to go to a summer festival with Gojo, but he has to then finish homework, which he has happened to leave at school. So her and Gojo go to pick it up, and Marion then decides to hang out by the pool, and then realizes that she can't swim for shit. Must have eaten a devil fruit or something, I have no idea. I had to figure out on how to put another anime reference into here some way or another. So after they go to the festival for what is clearly a first date, Gojo then comes to the conclusion that he's slowly falling for Marion, and also is my favorite scene, like one of my top favorite scenes of the entire anime and manga. I am not gonna lie. The next day, she then asks him to hang out with her at her place, so he accepts, and they watch a horror movie, which, from what I can describe, it's like a combination of Ju-on the Grudge, Ringu, and One Miss Call. Marion gets scared to death of it, whereas Gojo has the same response I do when it comes to analysing how it was all made, down and stuff. Because I get the exact same thing when I start watching horror movies. I'm like, I need to know how this is made, because it's that fascinating to me. Later then, Gojo gets a call from Marion, who is too scared to be on her own, so she just wants to hear a friendly voice to help her relax until one of them ends up falling asleep. Gojo mentally just taps out completely and is already falling asleep, and Marion confesses her feelings to him, but since he's asleep, so he don't actually know, and it's literally how the season ends. So we got my look into the characters of My Dress Up Darling. Now, there is a lot of characters that get introduced into this series, but I only want to talk about the 2 main characters of the show. So we've got Wakana Gojo, voiced by Shoya Ishige in the sub version, and by Paul Date in the dub. Our main guy, Gojo, is a pure-souled loner who clearly wants to try his hardest to keep to himself. But since Marion has come into his life, he is slowly coming out of his shell and embracing what he likes and enjoys doing what he does as the series goes on, and even more as his and Marion's relationship grows more throughout the whole franchise. Then we've got Marion Kitagawa, voiced by Hina Sugata in the sub version and by Emily in the dub version, the quote-unquote best girl of 2022. Do I agree? Yes, but I also believe that she is one of those certified characters in anime that will stand the test of time. Very much like Android 18 from Dragon Ball, 02 from Darling in the Franxx, Rias Gremory from High School DxD, Nagatoro from Don't Toy Me Miss Nagatoro, Albedo from Overlord, or Asuna from SAO Abridged, not the official version, but still. What is there to add what is that I can add about Marion that hasn't been already said before? She's funny, charismatic, and immediately reminds me of the one thing that I'll never actually obtain myself. So that was my look into My Dress Up Darling, arguably one of the shorter videos I've actually ever done for this channel. My Dress Up Darling has easily made it as one of my favourite romance anime and mangas, and it's even better for those who actually just want a simple rom-com with very low stakes, likeable main characters, solid animation, great voice acting, and I'd give it an overall 8 out of 10, which would definitely turn into an absolute simp for a Marin cosplayer. So, with all that said, I've been Bloody Jack. Please make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell so you guys won't be up to date on everything that I upload. And if you guys want to follow me on my other socials, they will be down in the description down below. You guys can find me on my Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, all those bits and pieces in between. And I will see you lovely lads and ladies in the next one.